No matter how useless people felt you are, there is still an area or the aspect of your life that you are useful. No matter how frustrated you are, there is still some areas in your life that you are powerful or you are good in that area. I was speaking with a man, and the man was telling me, a man of God, that his wife is this, his wife is that the character of the wife, this of the wife is very bad. He said, but my wife knows how to cook. My wife knows how to what? How to cook. He said, my wife cook. Are you get what I'm trying to say now? Now the wife of that man have a lot of weakness, but the wife have strength. Her strength is a what? Is a cooking. As you are listening to the sound of my voice now, you have two things in your life. Number one, you have the place of your strength. Number two, you have the place of your what? Of your weakness. Now the problem is that most of us, we just concentrate either on the area of our strength or on the area of our weakness. When you concentrate in one, you will be having challenge in the other. So what you need to do, celebrate the area of your what? Of your strength. Then walk in the area of your what? Of your weakness. That area you are so good, celebrate it. Celebrate it. Appreciate God for it. Thank God for it. Appreciate God for it. Then those areas that you are weak, you know you are not good in this area. It's like a seamstress, a tailor, a fashion designer who is sewing, and he or she maybe might be good in feminized wear than the masculine wear. So you must know this one, you are good in this area, but you are not good in this area. The area where you are you get what I'm trying to say? The area where you are good, you are specialized in that area, celebrate it. Then the areas of life that you are not good at, work on it. Do what? Work on it. Maybe in one area you have good character. On the other area you don't have good character. Celebrate the area where you have good character. Then work on the areas where you have bad character. Are you get what I'm trying to say now? So you need to work on your weakness. Because if you don't work on your weakness will pull down the area of your strength. If you don't work on your what? On your weakness, the area of your weakness will pull down. This is what I told a pastor some years ago. It's a long story, I can't go into it now. You know, some pastors are good. They have strength in one area, but in another area they have what? Weakness. There is no human being on earth today that does not have weakness. But don't say, oh, because you are weak, then you are weak. There is nothing you can do about it. No. There is something you can do about your weakness. Because if you don't check out that area of your weakness, the area of your weakness will become your undoing. It will become your downfall. You see, a man like David have areas of strength, but David equally have areas of what? Of weakness. What are the areas of the weakness of David? Is the area of women. And he could not check it out. He could not work on it. He have the area of strength. There is no battle David went to that he failed in the battle. Any battle David went to, any battle David put his hand to fight on, he always succeed. But when it comes to woman, he fails. So he could not work on that area of his weakness of women. I get what I'm trying to say. So when the son Solomon came forth, Solomon knew the weakness of the father, and Solomon worked on it. Forget all those stories that says Solomon have 9,000 wives, 2,000, 1,000, all those. Solomon worked on that area. Are you get what I'm trying to say? So you must learn how to walk against your what? Your weakness. That thing that is pulling you down. That thing you are not good at. That thing you are not a master to. Work on it. Don't just say, I can't do it. What will I do? No. Work on it. Do what? Work on it. Then celebrate the area of your strength. Let's see 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 10. 1 Corinthians 15:10. But by the grace of God, I am what I am. Are you seeing the celebration now? By the grace of God, I am what I am. He's celebrating the areas of his what? Of his strength. By the grace of God, I am what I am. And his grace, which was bestowed upon me, was not in vain, but I labor. Are you seeing it now? He celebrated the area of his what? Of his strength. But what did he not say? He said, but I labor. What is he laboring for? He's laboring to walk against the area of his what? Of his weakness. This is Paul talking now. I get what I'm trying to say? He said, but I labor more abundantly than they all. So in the area of weakness, he was laboring to work on it than every other person that have areas of what? Of weakness. He said, but I labor more than they all. Yet not I, but the grace of God, which was with me. So by the grace of God, you can walk on the area of your what? Of your weakness. This is very important. Even before number 10, in this number 9, you can still take 1 Samuel. 1 Samuel chapter 17, you can take through 34 down. You will see when David wanted to kill Goliath, as he was about to fight, do you know what he did? He celebrated the area of his what? Of his strength. He said, the God who helped me to kill the bear, to kill the lion, when we were being attacked in the wilderness, that same God. Then he now looked at Goliath. You know, as at that time, Goliath is the weakness of everybody, because everybody was afraid of Goliath. So David uses his strength, the area of his strength, to challenge the area of the supposed weakness. He said, that same God who helped me on this will help me on this. Are you getting it now? What must I do? Number 10. What must I do? This is very important. This is very important. What must I do? Are you ready? Be teachable. Be what? Be teachable. Learn, unlearn, and learn, and unlearn. What does that mean? Please look at me. There are things you have been taught even from childhood. There are things you have believed even from childhood. Now, not everything you believe from your childhood that is the truth. Some are lies. So you need to unlearn those things. You need to unlearn some things. That is why I use the word, you must be teachable, you must learn and unlearn. Be teachable. You see, the problem with some persons in life, the reason why they are not having solution to their problems, the reason why they are stranded is because they are not teachable. Do you know there are people you cannot correct? There are people you cannot teach. There are people that have refused to learn. They don't know and they don't want to know. They don't know and they assume they know. They pretend as if they know and they know nothing. They are not ready. They don't have a teachable spirit. They can't learn anything. Pride has made them not to learn. Over-sabi has made them not to learn. They don't know and they assume that they know. It's a problem. You must have a teachable spirit. A spirit where you are willing to learn. A spirit where if you don't know, you want to know that thing. Don't do over-sabi in the area where you don't sabi. Learn. Every leader must be a learner. And every leader must be a reader. You must be teachable. Forget how they taught you. Some person might teach you by shouting at you. They might teach you by what? Shouting at you. Some person might teach you in the public. And maybe you don't like that public correction. So forget the manner or how you are being taught. In as much what that person is telling you is what will improve your life. Give ear to it. Don't say, oh, he shouted at me in the public. Oh, he did this to me, this. Or why did he shout on me? Or why did they have to say it this way? He would have said it this way. He would have corrected me this way. Forget all those things. If you are like that kind of person who want to give excuses or who want to find fault in the correction be given to you, that means you are not ready to learn. You are not ready to learn. Are you listening to me? Let's say as we are sitting here now, maybe a lady, this woman is sitting at my front. And maybe she's not wearing long skirt. As she sit, maybe she open her leg. Do you understand? I can just use this mic and say, Madam, sit well. A woman must sit and close her legs. Do you understand? If she's somebody who is not ready to learn, she will say, why Bishop not tell me for my ear? Why must Bishop use mic to disgrace me in church? As at this time, she is no more learning what I am teaching her. She's finding excuses or excuse on how I corrected her. You see, that is the problem of many of you. You must not consider how, when, or whatever. In as much what the person is telling you, is teaching you, and is imparting your life, focus on that area. Otherwise, you will not change. So if this woman does not listen and she say, I would have told her like this, or I would have taken her to the corner and tell her, or I would have called her after service. Next time she will sit and open her leg. Because she does not have a what? A teachable spirit. So the number 10 thing you must do, don't forget, you must have what? A teachable spirit. You must learn and learn and learn and what? And learn. If any man lack wisdom, let him ask of God that giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall give him. If any man lack wisdom, if there is an area of your life you are not a master of, or you are not good in that area, if this sister is good in that area, even though she's your junior, come to her and learn. Ask question, learn. He said, does any of you lack wisdom? Let him ask. Let him be willing to learn. Let he or she be willing to know. Do you understand it? Let he or she be willing to learn. He said, God, who giveth liberally. Who giveth liberally. You see, the worst thing that can happen to you is to fight those who are supposed to be your teacher. Is to fight those you are supposed to learn from. You are in a choir, or you are a singer, and there are songs you don't know. There are keys you don't know. And you are fighting the person who ought to teach you. You are jealous of the person who ought to teach you. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. That means there is no way you can learn. There is no way you can learn anything. No way again. Because you are not what? Teachable. Look at Proverbs chapter 9 verse 9. Give instructions to a wise man. Teach a wise man, and he will be yet wiser or more wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in what? In learning. Which means By teaching, you increase in knowledge. You increase in learning. The day you stop learning, you start dying. The level of your life now is the level of your learning. If you must grow more than this level, then you must learn more than this level. So have a what? A teachable spirit. A spirit that wants to learn and relearn and learn and relearn and learn and relearn. The more you are learning, the more you are teachable, you are having a solution to your challenges. Number 11, what must I do to be saved? Talk less and listen more. Talk less and listen more. A talkative can never have solution to problems. There is no problem that is solved by being a talkative. The day a fool stops talking, people will assume he's a wise man. The day a wise man becomes a talkative, people will assume he's a foolish man. You might be wise, but if you are a talkative, people will think you are foolish. And you might be foolish, but if you are quiet, people will think that you are wise. A quiet person is assumed to be a wise person. A talkative is assumed to be a foolish person. So, talk what? Less and listen. Some of you talk too much. When you are talking, people who are listening to you, some people want to do some business with you, want to do some transaction with you. But you know what? With the level of your talking, they will think you will betray them. Do you understand? Say, this man where they talk like this, so if you follow and do this business, yeah, I go gas. So this woman where they talk, say anything when he hear now they talk. Oh. So some people have disengaged from you because of your mouth. Are you listening to me? They have disengaged from you. So talk when necessary. Write it. Talk when what? Necessary. Talk less. Talk less. Talk when necessary. Speak when it is necessary. Not everything your eye sees, your mouth should talk. Not everything your eye sees, your mouth will what? Will talk. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You see, there are people, there are questions you will not ask them. They will be talking. There are people, ask them this question. They will talk more than that thing you have asked them. It's a foolishness. Talk what? Less and listen more. When somebody is talking, be listening to the person. Don't assume you know what the person wants to say. You see, some of you live in assumption. Somebody is calling you on phone. Even though you are going to the person, you are going to meet the person. As the person is calling you, pick the call. You don't know why he's calling you. Don't get there and ask the person, I say, you are calling me. I didn't pick because I was already on my way to your house. If anybody is talking, no matter how foolish the words are, listen to the person. Listen to the person. Let the person land, then you talk. I get what I'm trying to... This is very important. What have I just said? Number what? 11. Do what? Talk less and listen more. Don't forget, I told you some time ago that money does not like noise. There is no billionaire that is a talkative. There is no what? Billionaire. Have you seen any billionaire that is a talkative? Billionaires are not talkative. They listen more. They talk less. They listen what? More. And they talk less. James 1:19. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to what? To hear. Slow to speak, which is to talk. Slow to wrath, to anger. You see, people who talk, they have all temper. They are their talking ability have taken over their heart and soul. Look at what Proverbs 17:28 have to say. Even a fool, I've told you this one before. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted a wise. And he that shutteth his lip is esteemed a man of what? Understanding. Somebody shout hallelujah.